Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 best things about being a delivery driver. Now, I just made a video on the 5 worst things, and of course there's going to be downfalls to everything, but today we are talking about the 5 best things about being a delivery driver. If you guys are watching this video, please, before we get started, comment down below and let me know your favorite thing about being a delivery driver. I would love to see everyone's opinion, and also, if we haven't yet, make sure you guys smash that like button because it greatly helps out my channel, and it helps me continue to make these kind of videos where I'm just giving out as much free information as I possibly can, and who doesn't want free information? Because I want free information. Anyway, so, alright, let's get started. This is the 5 best things about being a delivery driver. Number 1. First thing that's most important to me is you can make your own schedule. And of course, that is like pretty much the only reason why I even do delivery drive in the first place, because you can make your own schedule, you know? If you don't want to work and you want to take a day off, then you just do it. And if you want to make a bunch of money that day, or if you have bills and unexpected things that come up, like let's say you got a flat tire and you need an extra $100 to get a new tire or something, you can just schedule some Doordashes, make that money that day. Like $100 is not hard to make in a day. So like if you need to work, then you can. If you don't need to work and you want to take a vacation for a week, a month, you don't want to DoorDash for 6 months, if you just don't want to stop and like maybe one day you want to again, then you can do it. And that's the beauty of being a DoorDash driver. You know, you're your own boss, and you decide whenever you get to work and when you don't want to work. And that can also be a downfall. You know, some people aren't very disciplined and they don't schedule enough dashes, and they're like, oh, I'm going to be a full-time DoorDash driver. It could be a terrible idea if you don't have very good self-discipline and you don't schedule yourself enough, you know? As an independent contractor and someone who's making your own schedule, you have to make your own schedule, and if you don't, then you're just not going to work enough. So that's the first thing, most important thing for me. Number 2 is very lucrative, you know? There's so many things you can be doing while you're DoorDash driving, you know? For the last few years, I've been doing this as a side income to make enough money to pay for all my bills. That way I can continue to reinvest all of the money that I make in my businesses. So I do have 3 different businesses. One of them is this YouTube channel. Number 2 is my footwear and clothing line called Off Axis. We make stuff for like acrobats and pro athletes and like any kind of performance stuff. And number 3, I also have a freaking stunt show. So I have a stunt show where we do live shows. We do extreme sports and acrobatics, tramp wall, circus stuff, you know, all the crazy stuff. So I'm also working on all these businesses on the side while I am talking to you guys, making extra money, and doing DoorDash. Whenever a good order pops up, if I like it, then I'll take it, you know? So like, it's a very lucrative job. On top of that, you can be sitting here like learning, doing whatever you want, you know? There's so many options for you, and it's like pretty much one of the most lucrative jobs you can ever imagine, you know? It's much more lucrative than like being a rideshare driver, because you don't have anyone in your car. Like, you're essentially free to do whatever you want all day without anyone breathing down your neck to do whatever you want, you know? So number 3, the third thing is some people might not think that this is a good thing, but you pay for your own taxes, you know? Like, if at the end of the year, you're going to get a 1099, and it's going to tell you how much money you made, and you got to pay money on those taxes. To me, as someone who understands taxes and how they work, and I know how to write things off, and I think about this all year long, like if I make a significant amount of income out of nowhere, I'm going to make sure that I invest that way I don't have to pay all that money in taxes later in the year. If you don't understand how taxes work, you might think that this is a downfall, but really, like, if you're in control of how much money you're going to pay in taxes, you're going to make more money, you know? You hear things about like, why don't the rich people pay taxes? Well, that's because they know how the taxes work. And if you invest into your own businesses, for example, like if you're driving around a car, any of that kind of stuff, like you can write that off. If you're a delivery driver, you can write your car off as a delivery expense, you know? Like, you needed to make these things. Like, you can write off things like your YouTube channel that you pay for, like if you're paying for like the monthly premium pass, or Spotify, or like your phone bill. There's so many things that you can write off. It's very lucrative, the things that you can write off. There's so many things you can write off as a delivery driver. You have your own business, therefore you pay your own taxes, rather than when someone takes out your taxes and you see that 40% of my money, it's already gone. Where's all this money going? That's what happens when you're a W-2 employee. Personally, when I first started being a 1099 person, I didn't understand taxes. Like, oh, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to pay all these taxes at the end of the year. Then I learned how it works, and probably never going back, to be absolutely honest. Number 4, this one's huge. It's very relaxing, you know? Like, if I wanted to sit here and just take a nap, I could totally take a nap, you know? Like, I don't have to be, like, hustling if I don't want to. It's a very relaxing job, and to be honest, I use this as kind of like an outlet to get out of the office all day. I sit at my freaking table in my office all day long, working on our shoe company and the website and calling people to sell them shoes and making discounts and like editing videos for our promotional footwear and like all these things that kind of are really draining on my mind. So when I think of going out and doing a few orders on Doordash, it's kind of like, I literally think of it as like, oh, it's kind of like break time, you know? I'm gonna go drive around, listen to podcasts if you want to listen to music. Personally, I enjoy learning, and I listen to like a lot of nerdy like money podcasts and entrepreneur kind of stuff, and I just enjoy that kind of stuff. So for me, it's like a good reason to go escape and like watch YouTube and essentially get paid for it, you know? So moving on to number 5, and I just talked about this one before, but you're your own boss, meaning you can just do whatever you want. And like, if you want to work super hard, you can, and if you don't want to, it doesn't matter. But the beautiful thing is, unless customer service is calling you, you don't have to answer to anyone, you know? Like, unless you're screwing up orders, if you are doing a good job, I'll be honest, customer service has not called me in over a year. Like, I'm really on it. If I get an order, I am almost always on time. I have really good ratings, and like, I don't have to worry about anyone telling me that I'm doing a bad job. I get a lot of people telling me I'm doing a good job, but really, like, there's no one sitting next to me or like in the office over telling me like what to do. So that's probably the most beautiful thing about it for me, is you are your own boss. And I mean, that one might be kind of repetitive, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, so that's all I got for you guys today. I'm sure there's other good things about being a DoorDash driver, so let me know in the comments down below what you think is your most important reason why you're a delivery driver. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys today. Subscribe if you haven't, smash the like button, and we will see you guys in the future. If you guys haven't yet, check out my footwear and clothing line, offaccessacrobatics.com. Use the discount code offaccesstanner. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.